So look, I've posted about this rustic Dutch oven beef stew that I do on my smoker for years. Usually it's just pictures. But today I'm gonna walk you through how it's done. Anyone can do it. All you need is a Dutch oven, a place to cook outdoors. You don't need a smoker if you're using an egg or just a kettle grill, or just your regular gas grill. You can do this. I'm gonna walk you through how it's done, and it comes out incredible. Stay with me. Okay, now along with some olive oil, I'm gonna have my favorite beef seasoning, and I'm gonna brown this meat for about 10 minutes first. And once that's ready to go, I'm gonna pick it up and just put it aside for a minute. All those drippings there are gonna be important because we're gonna cook our celery and onions in them. Okay, with my celery and onion here, we're gonna saute them until they're pretty translucent. Now I'm gonna add some flour, some thyme, and then some chopped garlic here, along with a little bit of tomato paste, and then pepper and salt, all to that mix. Now you're gonna mix that all up, kind of like a vegetable roux, until your celery and onions are all coated. Now you're gonna grab your stout. I use Guinness. We're gonna pour that in there, mix it all up first, right? Really good, make sure it's all collected in there. I only use one bottle in this case. And then you're gonna grab that meat that you have on the side that you browned already, all right, and pour it back in here so it kind of sits in the Guinness for a minute or so, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this meat here, all right, and then pour it back into, and just kind of let it sit in that Guinness for a little bit, sort of stir it all around, make sure it's all good, right? And we're prepping for that first sort of long cook, right? I'm gonna add this beef broth here, right? And I'm gonna add a lot of it because it's gonna reduce, right? So we're gonna let it sit for about 45 minutes over these coals so we can really bake in a bit of flavor. Now I'm gonna take these Jamaican Scotch bonnet peppers that I grew, sliced, deseed, and throw a few in there for some heat. Now we're gonna let it sit around 350, 375 for about 45 minutes to an hour. Okay, let's see what we got here. All right, we're gonna open this up here and see what I got. Ooh, looking good. You see the onions and celery have all kind of rendered down a little bit. You don't see them nearly as much, and you got this nice, cool, rich brown gravy. Off to a good start. Gonna throw in some carrots here. And then I pre-cut some parsnip and potatoes here, small golden potatoes, that we're gonna throw in. All right, I'm gonna empty the bag in here. I just pre-cut them before I started cooking. It's probably easier that way, right? Mix them all in, all right? And then we're gonna sit this down for another hour. Another hour, let that stuff in your potatoes and parsnip here are gonna give off a little bit more moisture and add a little bit to that pot. Let's just cover this here. And we're ready to go for another hour. So look, after we got those carrots and potatoes in, we're in for the long stretch here. It's gonna take about an hour, but this is where you really get all those flavors, particularly if you're cooking with coal or wood, or even a pellet grill to kind of seep in, right? And you'll taste that a whole lot later. But it's coming out really good at this point. You just got to give it a little bit of time. This doesn't happen overnight, but it's not one of the longest cooks in the world either, right? So this is something you can do in a couple of hours, maybe 2.5, 3 hours, okay? Let's see how it comes out. All right, let's open this up and see what we got here. Oh, boy, that looks good. It smells great too around here. The whole porch smells, and it's really thick. Everything is really rendered. The carrots and potatoes are soft, and you got this cool, thick, rendered gravy here. I'm going to take a little bit of parsley and chop parsley and add it in for a little last-minute garnish here, right? And I'm going to mix that in just so you get a little bit of fresh herb when you're tasting it, right? But wow, this smells great. It looks great, and I think we're ready. So look, you think of fall and you think of fall colors, and this stew is really fall colors when you look at it, right? You look how it matches the leaves in the background. But this is such a good comfort dish at this time of the year. Man, this is good comfort food here. Look, unbelievable smell, unbelievable taste. Look at that. Amazing. Listen, I gotta tell you, that was one of the most flavorful versions of this I've ever made. All right, if you have any sinus or congestion going on, you won't after this, trust me. All right, it was really, really good. I took a little liberty on this one, adding the Scotch bonnet peppers to it, which could be a little spicy for some, but you could leave that out and this still be perfect. So thanks for checking this out.